Hi guys, let's start the briefing for this stage. Today is a tiring route, where the closing kilometers should suit the punchers. It may be worth slipping into the early breakaway, because if we pick up enough King of the Mountains points, we can take the polka dot jersey. The team members of the favourites will probably manage the time gaps in order to fight for victory on the final climb. It will be difficult for us to influence the outcome. Good race to you all!
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Today's stage is likely to stir the ambition of numerous riders. While the final stretch towards Chalmazel is demanding, it is not selective enough to interest just the pure climbers. The punchers could very well join the final battle. Attempt at a breakaway.
Okay, but give me time to move up a bit. I'm not well placed.
1 minute for the breakaway. It's looking good. The Col de Durbise is the third category climb. It should serve as a preliminary to the early breakaway.
King of the Mountain sprint in 2 kilometers for the breakaway group. Here's the positions over the last climb.
Close eye on him on short climbs. His qualities as a ruler are exceptional. You mustn't give a meter's lead, especially as it takes short climbs in his stride and has no interest in waiting for the sprint, given his lack of pace. He's a good climber-puncher over any kind of obstacle.
His teammates are already supplying the pace to finish in a sprint. The breakaway is forewarned.
The next king of the mountain...
Bravo les gars, c'est bien.
Continuez comme ça.
Continuez comme ça.
You still have 2 kilometers before you reach the summit.
Mais voilà. Allez les gars, courage. Allez, courage, on continue.
Allez, courage, on continue. Here we go. Allez les gars.
Allez les gars, courage. Allez, oui, allez.
Continuez comme ça.
Allez.
C'est bien les gars, allez.
He launched the mountain sprint.
Allez les gars, courage.
He goes to the top of the climber standings. He seems interested in a stage win. That must be why his teammates are riding hard. You're the one with the most points for the green jersey in the breakaway. I'm going to take a nap. Wake me if something happens. Your breakaway companions look like they want to up the pace. Your opponents are upping the pace to hold off the peloton. They're riding hard behind. This isn't the moment to relax. You're approaching the intermediate sprint. He's the best sprinter in the group. Take his wheel if you want to score some points. Here's the winner of the intermediate sprint.
He's a relatively complete puncher without major strong or weak points.
Continuez comme ça.
Here's a pure ruler. Make sure you don't leave him alone up front. It will be difficult to catch him, and it's better for him to finish on his own.
Lâchez rien.
Allez, vas-y.
The yellow jersey was in danger, but he's once again leading the overall standings. For now, he's the virtual yellow jersey. The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed. He asked his guys to maintain the tempo. Watch him. He must feel able to win the stage. He's been dropped. The stage is too much for him. King of the Mountain sprint in 2 kilometers for the breakaway group.
The lead riders have finished with the Côte de Saint-Georges-en-Cousin. They still have 7 kilometers of flat tarmac before starting the final climb.
Looks like he doesn't want to let too many people get away, so he's got his team riding.
Allez, les gars, courage.
We're off. The final climb has begun.
Allez, les gars. Allez, les gars.
It's inside the final kilometre that the slope really starts to rise. That's probably where a rider must edge clear if he hopes to claim victory.
5 kilometers for the breakaway. It's going to be nip and tuck with the final small climb. The breakaway will, no doubt, go all the way, lads. But watch out for attacks in the closing kilometers.
The red pennant for the breakaway.
The breakaway is under the red pennant. To stand any chance of victory, it must tackle the short climb correctly. The breakaway is at the red pennant. It shouldn't be able to hold off the peloton. He takes the virtual lead of the overall standings. For now, he's the virtual yellow jersey. We had no real ambitions for the classification of this stage. The least that can be said is you didn't prove me wrong. Hi guys, let's start the briefing for this stage. Today is a tiring route, where the closing kilometers should suit the punchers. We're not amongst the favourites for the stage, but there are ways to surprise the favourites and pull off a good result by attacking from far out. Good race to you all!
Hello and welcome to all. It's a stage for the bold today. Too difficult for pure sprinters, not selective enough for the favourites. The baroudeurs should have the opportunity to shine on the roads leading to Gap. The riders will soon be in the thick of it with the Côte de Saint-Léger du Ventoux, classified as third category. Acceleration. He must have been instructed to go for the polka dot jersey.
Here's the positions over the last climb.
He's a pure climber, able to follow the very best when he's in shape. He could be labelled as a puncher, but is also good in the mountains. However, his top speed can be described as lethargic.
In front, he's the best placed in the overall standings. In the leading group, he's the best placed on the points classification. King of the Mountain sprint in 2 kilometers for the breakaway group. His teammates have already started the pursuit, no doubt aiming for a sprint finish. It's the Yellow Jerseys team that's taking on the chase of the breakaway. His teammates have positioned themselves at the head of the peloton. They will no doubt manage the gap so as to finish in a sprint.
The intermediate sprint is looming for the front of the race. The first 15 riders score points towards the green jersey.
Here's the winner of the intermediate sprint.
The breakaway is losing its lead. It's going to be difficult for them.
The breakaway is unlikely to go all the way, guys. Watch out for counter moves. The riders up front still have something left. They're upping the pace to try to hold out till the end. His teammates are riding to protect the jersey. The yellow jersey was in danger, but he's once again leading the overall standings.
The first rider over the top of the pass will pocket 5 points for the mountain standings.
He asked his guys to maintain the tempo. Watch him. He must feel able to win the stage. A teammate has just been dropped. You can't count on him any longer. King of the Mountain sprint in 2 kilometers for the breakaway group. He's been dropped. The stage is too much for him.
The head of the race will soon be over the top. Watch out on the way down as there are some tight bends. It would be a shame to lose everything a few kilometers from the line.
Here's the positions over the last climb.
We'll have to keep something in reserve if we want to get away in the final kilometers. He's trying to get out. Watch out!
10 kilometers. This will finish in a mass sprint. It's an opportunity to take points for the green jersey.
Attack! No need to ask questions.
He's being left behind. It's good news for the overall standings. Just 5 more kilometers. Get ready to sprint. We need to score points for the green jersey.
Less than 3 kilometres. The descent is now over for the lead riders. Victory in gap will come down to a sprint.
Our leader's punctured. Get him back in touch quickly so he doesn't lose time on the overall standings. Go! 1 kilometre. Give it all you've got.
Well done, lads. You rode a very good stage. Finishing in the top 10, even though the stage didn't suit us, is very satisfying. Hi guys, let's start the briefing for this stage. The main... We had no real ambitions for the classification of this stage. The least that can be said is you didn't prove me wrong. Hi guys, let's start the briefing for this stage. It'll be a very demanding day for everyone. Several mountain passes and a summit finish await you. This is a key stage for the general classification. It's also important in the fight...
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. With the numerous climbs spread all the way along the route, this is undoubtedly a stage that can be described as leg breaker. Riders will have to eke out their energy if they hope to break clear and win on the final climb to Vaujany. Acceleration at the head of the peloton. One minute for the breakaway. It's looking good.
The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed. Here's the positions over the last climb.
He's a very good climber, but he prefers to ride at a steady pace. Acceleration is not really his forte. Just like his skills going downhill, which are pretty poor.
The first riders have reached the intermediate sprint. Here's the winner of the intermediate sprint.
Both puncher and rouleur, he can rely on his pace if he reaches the finish in a small group. The next summit is ranked first category. The first scores 10 points towards the best climber classification. The next King of the Mountains summit will bring 5 points to the rider who is first over the top. The next climb is classified as fourth category. That means 1 point to be earned for the first rider to the top.
He goes to the top of the climber standings. The tempo is increasing at the head of the race. The breakaway riders will try and manage the time gap. Here's the positions over the last climb. He's the best placed in the overall standings amongst those at the head of the race.
The race is now entering the feed zone.
The yellow jersey was in danger, but he's once again leading the overall standings. A teammate has just been dropped. You can't count on him any longer.
The gap is 1 minute between the favourites and the guy in the front. The final climb is approaching. It's a short climb with very high percentages. You'll have to be well positioned at the foot if you hope to be well placed at the finish. He's attacking! The breakaway is being reeled in. It will be difficult to withstand the return of the yellow jersey.
He takes the virtual lead of the overall standings.
The advance of the lead group should be enough to carry it to the end. At 3 kilometers from the finish, one man is alone at the head of the race, but he will have to dig deep to retain his short advantage all the way to the line. Another 2 kilometers for the lead rider. Nothing is decided. The suspense is total.
The breakaway is 1 kilometer from the finishing line. The yellow jersey was in danger, but he's once again leading the overall standings.
We had no real ambitions for the classification of this stage. The least that can be said is you didn't prove me wrong. Hi guys, let's start the briefing for this stage. It'll be a very demanding... We had no real ambitions for the classification of this stage. The least that can... It's the final stage, guys. It'll... We had no real ambitions for the classification of this stage. Hi guys! Welcome to the briefing for this first stage. The main thing to grasp today is that the route is flat and it harbors no...
Hello, cycling fans everywhere. For this stage, which is in the form of a circuit, it's a safe bet that the sprinters will do their utmost to cross the line in front on their second visit to Precojo, the end of this flat stage. Things are livening up at the head of the peloton.
The first riders are 2 kilometers from the climb.
He's primarily a teammate rouleur, even if he's not too bad on a sprint. He's a pure rouleur who relies on his power to tip the scales. Anyway, he doesn't have much choice given his qualities as a sprinter.
His teammates have positioned themselves at the head of the peloton. They will no doubt manage the gap so as to finish in a sprint. Here's the winner of the intermediate sprint. His teammates have positioned themselves at the head of the peloton. They will no doubt manage the gap so as to finish in a sprint. The gap is decreasing, guys. The peloton should be there for the stage win. He's the fastest sprinter in the leading group. 10 kilometers from the finish for the men in the lead. They can believe it's possible.
Last time checked with the breakaway, 1 minute.
The breakaway is under the red pennant. It's going to win.
Well done, guys. We're where we should be. We were aiming for a top 10 spot, and you did the job. I'm happy with that. Hi, guys. Let's start the briefing for this stage. Today's route is hilly.
Hello, everyone. Those thinking of victory in Sheffield, a city with a rich engineering heritage, will certainly need legs of steel. The furnaces will want to be well stoked when Whole Moss is reached and the climbing continues almost all the way to the line. 3,400 metres of vertical gain, concentrated for the most part in the final 30 kilometres. A true English-style Liège-Bastogne-Liège. Attack! Watch out! He's aiming for the polka dot jersey. A good ruler with not too bad a punch. He should still try to get away before the finish because he's not so fast in a sprint.
This stage must be a part of his objectives, because his teammates are already managing the time gap. In front, he's the best placed in the overall standings.
The leaders will soon be in the thick of it and will start stringing together short climbs. The breakaway is losing its lead. It's going to be difficult for them.
King of the Mountain sprint in 2 kilometers for the breakaway group. The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed. There's not much going on. Isn't there someone who wants to liven up the race with an attack?
No let up. The intermediate sprint is looming for those at the front. Are there any sprinters left to take the points?
Here's the winner of the intermediate sprint.
The riders are closing in on the biggest difficulty. Whole moss. 5 kilometers at an average of 7%.
Here's the positions over the last climb.
The lead riders are entering the final 50 kilometers. Everything will be played out there, and it's the freshest amongst them who will gain the upper hand. The head of the race has 1.5 minutes lead on the peloton. Last time checked with the breakaway, 1 minute.
For now, he's the virtual yellow jersey.
We'll have to keep something in reserve if we want to get away in the final kilometers.
The peloton is 2 kilometers from the top of the climb. He'll be the new polka dot jersey. He can no longer be caught today. "10 kilometers. This will finish in a mass sprint. It's an opportunity to take points for the green jersey. Just 5 more kilometers. Get ready to sprint. We need to score points for the green jersey."
He's trying to get out of the peloton. Watch out!
Well done, guys. It's a nice podium place today. I wasn't expecting such a performance on this stage. Once again, well done. It's the final stage, guys. The profile is special, with one major difficulty that should decide between the climbers. The scenario looks to be simple, and everything should be settled on the final climb. This is our last chance to turn the general classification on its head. I reckon it's possible. I trust you. You'll have to be aggressive and give it your all. We can top...
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We should witness a one-climb race today. The teams of the favourites should manage affairs up to the foot of the Montagne de Lure, from where the front-runners will fight it out to the stage win. The mountains don't scare him. He's already trying to escape. 1.5 minutes for the breakaway. It might just work.
Change of leader in the overall youth standings.
He's able to come up trumps on the flat, on short climbs or on mountain passes. But if he's one of 2 riders at the finish, it's best not to count on him.
The front of the race is 2 kilometers from the summit.
The first rider in the intermediate sprint will earn 20 points towards the green jersey.
Our leader has punctured. Wait for him to help him catch up. His teammates are accelerating. They're no doubt readying the intermediate. The front of the race is 2 kilometers from the summit.
The feed zone is in sight for the head of the race. Riders will be able to pick up some nourishment.
Yes, there's not a lot going on.
The next difficulty is listed as a Category 4.
The front of the race is 2 kilometers from the summit.
The breakaway is being reeled in. It will be difficult to withstand the return of the yellow jersey.
It's the polka dot jersey who took the last climb. He's widening the gap in the climber standings.
The next difficulty is also classified as third category. The first 2 to the top score 2 and 1 point towards the polka dot jersey.
For now, he's the virtual yellow jersey.
Here we are at the foot of the Montagne de Lure, with a little more than 15 kilometers of climbing. The favourites for the general classification will have ample opportunity to gorge each other and attack to create gaps.
A teammate has just been dropped. You can't count on him any longer. yellow jersey was in danger, but he's once again leading the overall standings. You still have 10 kilometers to make up some time.
Watch out, there's an attack at the head of the peloton. Acceleration at the front of the peloton. No falling asleep.
Change of leader in the overall youth standings. He's being left behind. It's good news for the overall standings.
No va a ser fácil para ellos.
There's an attack. Stay alert. There's an attack at the head of the peloton. The lead rider has 30 seconds on the favourites. The breakaway increases its lead on the yellow jersey group.
Only 5 kilometers left for the race leaders.
Watch out, there's an attack. He's attacking. At less than 3 kilometers from the finish, no one has managed to gain the upper hand. If no one attacks, it will be decided in a sprint. Less than 2 kilometers from the finish. The leading men will soon be under the red pennant. Who will come out on top today?
The breakaway is 1 kilometer from the finishing line. We're professional leaders. Come on, keep at it.
Ladies and gentlemen, applaud him loudly. Here is today's stage winner! He found a way to master his rivals in order to raise his arms in victory. Congratulations to him for this high-flying performance. He is in sparkling form and you can clap him loudly. Here's the yellow jersey of this stage. Let's hope for his sake that things go as well in the future, but for now, he can relish the moment.
Well done, lads! Congratulations to you! We weren't even amongst the outsiders, can you imagine? Well done for this win! Hi guys! Welcome to the briefing for this first stage. Today, there's a long time trial on the program. Unsurprisingly, victory should go to a specialist of the discipline. We can get into the top 10. It wouldn't be a bad performance. Good time trial to all of you.